Alrighty, y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. We're looking at something I discovered myself. There's a section on my YouTube studio that says like other big channels that are subscribed to you, and it showed this channel from Australia called Gray's card channel. Really cool. Browsed it a little bit. You should definitely check them out. I'll have them linked in the description down below. And I am watching this video about the last ever FPV Ford Performance Vehicles FG Mark III or Mark II, I'm sorry, GS ever built. Build number 473 with only 21,000 Ks on it. This one's for the Ford lovers, it says. Indeed, this is a rare, super special car, FPV. I've learned about briefly over the last few months, and something that just did not exist like this here in the Americas, at least. Really cool vehicles they made in Australia. So let's take a look.
I did a lot of kilometres in these cars when they were being developed, and
that's John Bowe, isn't it?
I remember clearly some of the meetings out at FPV when the concept of the GS, it was a reintroduction of that GS badge and what spec it was going to be, and yeah, I'm looking forward to being reunited and going to have a little drive in this car. It's an absolute mentor.
Looks like a beautiful car. Look at that color. Kind of like the grabber orange we saw here in the US.
I've got to refer to my notes here.
Might not be exactly the same, but it's a sharp color nonetheless. Very eye-grabbing. And that is indeed John Bowe. Very cool.
Because this is one of the...
Look at this collection of buttes in this big warehouse. Wow, beautiful.
The rarest Fords made in Australia. It is a FPV GS Mark II. Now, Mark IIs were with the Coyote supercharged engine.
Wow.
The original GSs had the 5.4.
Wow, so the original GS had the 5.4, already a beast, beastly engine. Nothing wrong with that engine at all. And now we're talking did he say supercharged Coyote motor? Wow, that is really impressive. This is a beast.
These engines very
wow.
Outstanding, absolutely outstanding engines.
Look
I had quite a bit to do with FPV in the day.
That's a beautiful engine.
And this one is one of one.
And it is indeed supercharged.
Is octane orange. It's the only GS
octane orange
made in that color.
Wow, so this is really special. This is literally one of one. We have the GS with the supercharged 5-liter. It is in the octane orange. It was a manual transmission, it looked like. What a dream car is this. This is really cool if you're into some instant classics, you can call them, right? This is a new age car that has some grunt to it. I'm all for it. This looks awesome. Wow.
It's one of only 139 made.
Love the FPV
really
logo,
Rarity
too.
terms. I think, the fantastic GTHO Phase 3 that's one of the most famous cars ever made in Australia. They made 300 and something of those. So this is incredibly rare for somebody
really
that
rare.
is a Ford lover, and there's a lot of them out there I know. So it's done 20,000 K. It's the original owner. There's a certificate or not a certificate.
Which, remember, over here we do miles, but I'm fairly, versed in kilometers. And I can say that is pretty low miles, pretty low kilometers, 21,000 K. So this is a pristine example here.
Authentication letter from Ford here saying all that stuff.
It's even got the authentication letter. That's legit.
One of 32 manual transmission cars out of those 139. So,
no kidding.
Seriously, I know a lot of people that are Ford collectors and Ford lovers. This is really worth you're having a look at Gray's classic cars online. It'll be going.
Beautiful. Obviously, it's all preserved, all stock. At least it looks like. Why would you change anything? I mean, this is a beautiful car with a killer drivetrain, and this has got to go for a pretty penny, I imagine.
Going up very shortly. So have a look and see what you think. It's immaculate, mint condition, just like a new car.
Yeah, it is.
So the build number here says GS 473.
Wow.
Our letter of authentication from Ford Motor Company says there were 473 earlier GSs and Mark II GSs, which this is. So that would make it the very last Falcon FPV GS made.
Imagine having the last one ever made.
In the Ford world.
This thing rolled off the line, and this was it. None in this spec for FPV ever rolled again. This was it. How fascinating is that?
Which I've spent a lot of time.
Take care of that car.
This is the rarest of the rare.
Take care of that for decades to come. Wow. Beautiful machine, too. Sounds great.
So this Falcon GS FPV Mark II is one of only 32 made with this 6-speed Tremec transmission.
Oh, 6-speed Tremec, you can't beat that
either. It's the only
either.
one made with this colour, which is called
God,
Octane.
that looks like a fun car to drive,
It looks
man.
like orange to me. So I don't know where the
Supercharged
Octane
Coyote
comes
with the
from.
manual and
But
that sleek body. This is
Great
like
car,
nothing we
fabulous
got in the
car.
US at all.
The engine
Really,
supercharged
really
Coyote engine, that's what they called it. They always have a code name for these things.
cool. Yeah. Coyote engine's very popular.
Developed essentially in
worldwide.
Australia by
Very strong
ProDrive
engine.
Engineering that did ProDrive were joint ventures with
You know, the more Americans that would find out about a car like this, I think they'd be pretty jealous.
Ford in FPV.
Having a proper sports sedan that's rear-wheel drive, supercharged Coyote motor, again, this is just, Ford does not offer anything remotely close to this in the U.S. Really, really
And
cool. Plus,
it's a
it's
world-renowned engine. Very best.
A lot of Americans
I know
would
all
be
the
jealous of
engineers that were all part of this. So this is sort of like, you know,
Beautiful interior.
I feel like a relative driving it.
Got the push-button
One
start.
of the best things about driving FPV cars, and this goes for all of them, was the ride quality was fantastic. There was so much effort put into the ride and handling, which I was involved with, of course. Most
How exciting
cars
that he
have
got to be involved with these
really
too.
good
Wow.
handling ride
That's awesome.
quite stiffly. This rides really nicely, and it's got 19-inch wheels, so usually low-profile tyres,
Yeah.
good handling cars means, you know, your fillings fall out, but these were just great. Still are.
Very impressive.
So it's on 20,000
that
K.
it can handle well
It is well
and rides
worth
well. That's a rare combination.
a look on Gray's Classic Cars auction if you go online, and if you're a Ford lover or a Ford collector, you could do a lot worse than this. If
Right.
History is anything to go by, investment cars have usually been the rare ones, which this is, and the first build or the last build are always worth more money than the middle builds. So
yeah, that makes
you know,
sense.
like this and everybody's into investing in cars nowadays. This seriously is a car that.
Yeah, the collector car market it seems like worldwide, everywhere from what I've seen, like pretty much any continent, especially I know of in Americas, and I've learned about in Australia. It is amazing how big the collector car just world is, right? It's cool. I love that we get to preserve rare cars, old cars, and they get to change hands, go in museums, go in collections, go on the streets and drive them. It's awesome. But it's also just fascinating, right? It's funny to see what cars do really well, what cars kind of fall off in value. It's funny, right? They go up and down. And the money some of these go for is unreal, too. More power to whoever can afford these. I mean, I don't know how some people drop like $500,000 on some rare cars like this, but hey, good for them, man. Like it's amazing. It's crazy how many collector cars are changing hands all the time.
Is a surefire
really cool.
Investment. Australia is divided by Ford and Holden lovers.
Yeah.
And if you've watched the marketplace in the last 12 or 18 months, the rare ones are bringing serious money.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And this is
especially
rare.
something like
is
this.
rare.
I would imagine.
So there it is, the final
Beautiful,
FPV
beautiful looking engine bay.
Falcon GS
Man,
Mark
that thing is
II
packed in there, huh?
built in Australia.
But it's still got
This
actually
engine
some
was
room.
developed in Australia.
Doesn't
the
look too
Boss
bad.
315 supercharged,
Beautiful car.
developed in Australia by ProDrive Engineering, and it is a cracker of an engine, all alloy. You know, you won't get any more special in a Ford than this. I repeated myself about 30 times on that.
Damn.
But it is, I'm serious about it. Just like a new car.
You know, I'm the type, I've said it before, I'm not someone that would want something that rare just because, like, that's not what I'd be after in cars. I want something I can drive and have fun with and not have extreme pressure, not to, you know, scratch this thing at all, right? So I wouldn't want to necessarily own this exact one, right? Because it's very special, very rare. It's the last one. But I tell you what, that car looks fun. I'd like to test drive it.
There it is. Have a look, Gray's Classic Cars, online now, this beautiful and very rare Falcon. So one more thing, remember the XY GT that had the kangaroo stylised kangaroo?
That's
well, this
awesome.
is an upgraded version. The guy that owns the car had it specially made, and it's got the supercharger and the big wheels of the modern day car. So
that's awesome.
And you also get, if you're a Victorian, you get these special number plates. So
very cool.
Well worth a look.
There it is. Yeah, take a look at Gray's. It'll be linked in the description down below. Very cool introduction to the channel. I thought it was cool when I saw that they were subscribed to my channel, and it is John Bowe with some awesome videos. This is just one of many, guys. I will be taking a look at more of their stuff. I encourage you to do the same. Tell me what you know about this car. Have you had a car similar to this? And what would you pay for something like the last FPV ever built? Very, very interesting. Tell me that in the comments down below. Throw a like on this video. Help this video out if you enjoyed it and learned something new. Subscribe, join our amazing community, and don't miss another awesome video like this. Check the description out for this original video as well as other ways you can support my channel. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.